everyone and welcome to another video. Today's video I'm going to be talking about where I buy books. I get loads of tweets and comments on YouTube from people asking me where do I buy books, because I will always explain if I got something really cheap or if I got a bulk of something for a certain price. So that's what I wanted to do today, is to share with you where I buy my books. Possibly a lot of these you might already know, but I'm hoping to give you a few little secrets along the way for you to go and check out. So starting off, I mainly buy books from Amazon. I love Amazon. It's most probably my favourite online shopping store ever. The prices are pretty good. I'm Amazon Prime, so I get my delivery for free. So I can get a book for £4. And I think that's great. New releases normally are around the price that they are shown on the back of the book. But a lot of the books on Amazon are at a reduced price. You can also go on the sales section on Amazon and you can find loads of awesome books for sale. And I just think it's a great place to buy books. I have two main bookstores which I absolutely love going to, and I think you might be surprised that one of them isn't at the top. Now, I love Waterstones. I think Waterstones is great. I like the layout. But it's not my favourite bookstore. Sometimes I find it a bit difficult to go in there because I will see books, they're arranged in weird places on the shelves. They don't have the first in the series normally. Yeah, it's confusing. For example, just an example, Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo came out. And that's a pretty big book, right? I think we can all agree that's a pretty big series. So I went in there on the release day and they didn't have the book. I went in there 3 days later. They still didn't have the book. And they only have just stocked the book last week. Now, I don't know if that's just for my personal Waterstones, but personally I don't think that's very good. But if I'm going to get something for educational purposes, or if I'm just out and about and I fancy buying a book to cheer myself up, and Waterstones is there, then I will go in there, because they do have an okay collection. So, and they've got everything. But I feel like the YA section in Waterstones is pretty small. Except for the Waterstones possibly in London, like Piccadilly, the YA section's, I'd say relatively big, same as other Waterstones. But the YA section in my town is tiny, it's minuscule. It's tiny. If I can insert a clip here, I will. So, my most favourite bookstore ever in the world is Foyles in London. I love Foyles so much. The layout in Foyles is bright, spacious, clean, gorgeous. The YA section is phenomenal. Now, what I love about Foyles is not only do they have UK editions, they have US editions and other editions as well. They are always stocked. They always have the first in the series. They always have everything neatly organised. Everything's in the right place. It looks gorgeous and it feels like a modern, like a spaceship bookshop. I don't know why I get that in my head, but every time I go to London, I always go into Foyles bookshop. So if you're ever around a Foyles bookshop, I really do recommend you going there, because honestly, they are the best. The people who work there are lovely as well. I love Foyles. Foyles, you rule. By the way, I'm not sponsored to make this video. I love Foyles. I just love Foyles. So another awesome way to get books is through audible.com. Audible.com is this amazing audiobook website where you can download audiobooks with credits. Now, I use Audible every month. I get a credit through, I signed myself up, I get a credit through, and I buy a book. And you'll notice in my wrap-ups, especially recently, I've been shouting out one audiobook which I've listened to over the course of the month. Now, I love listening to audiobooks because I drive to work. If I really don't want to read, if I'm walking down to Newbury, which is my town, I always listen to an audiobook instead of music, unless a new album, like Ariana Grande's album, comes out, then I'm listening to that album all the time. But it's normally audiobooks. If you guys wanted to go and grab an audiobook, I know that Sasha has an Audible link that if you go and click on her and sign up through her, you get your first month free, and then you pay, it's like a small fee, it's something like, I think it's $7.99 or $5.99, it's around that price range, so definitely check that out if you're interested. So I really think it's a great way, to get an audiobook, and they're expensive and they're very handy. I love audiobooks, but just so you know, I never listen to an audiobook. I only ever listen to audiobooks if I have the book already on my TBR shelf. So if I got the book on there and I've got to get through it eventually, that I'll buy the audiobook for that with my credit. So another way to buy books is the website called The Book People. The Book People are a great website who have a selection of books, YA, adult fiction, non-fiction, fiction, everything, and they're a great price. Sometimes they do bulk deals. It's just a great website. It's definitely especially for the people in the UK to keep your eye on, because you might see something that you want, it might crop up, and it might be for an amazing price. So they are like the main areas and places where I buy books. I do like going to other bookshops like Hatchard's and Daunt Books in London. In Newbury, my town, I also like going to W.H. Smith sometimes. I do like W.H. Smith's, but my main bookshops where I buy books: Amazon, Foyles, Book People, Audible. So if you want to go and find some cheap books, I'm going to leave the links down for all the sites down below. Amazon, the Audible link which I mentioned, and Foyle's website, and Waterstone's website, and all W.H. Smith's website, and all of that. Go and check it out. You might have one in your local area. Especially if you're visiting London, I really recommend you go to Foyle's, Hatchard's, and Daunt Books. They have some great books. Some are pricey, but I think Foyle's have quite good price of books. I like Foyle's. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, finding out where I buy books. I hope that answered some of your questions. And yeah, let me know down in the comments below where you mostly buy books, especially if you're from a different country, maybe somewhere in Europe, or maybe somewhere in America or Australia or Canada. I'd love to know where you have to buy your books. I know I have viewers from you know, all everywhere basically, so I'm really interested to see where you have to buy books and where you find the best deals. I have a book depository link down below, which is also another bookstore. If you use my link, I get commission and you get free delivery. It helps me out a bit, but that's up to you if you want to use it. They're also a great website to use because their shipping is pretty good, and the prices normally are okay. They normally have, like, you know, some money off on their books. Some money off. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and comment down below, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.